involved in the community, and he's passionate about this group. Some of the members are here today, and they're called YWAT, Young Women's Action Team. So what I wanted to do last week, I interviewed 2 people, but this week I wanted to interview somebody that I met, and then ask the person I interviewed to interview somebody. So it's this kind of chain of interviews, the idea. But basically, it's only going to go twice. But I asked Sam who we'd want to interview, and he said Young Women's Action Team. And I was curious about what his relationship to a Young Women's Action Team could be, being a guy. But tell me about it.
That's a good question, because I photograph their events, and it's a cause I believe in, and usually when I go to these events, I'm the only person that's male, over 20, and white. And they'll pull out 200 to 300 kids from all over Chicago in the neighborhood, and basically educate them about things like self-respect. And they're amazing. I discovered this Young Women's Action Team pretty much the week or the second week I moved into this neighborhood through Area Chicago, because we have an email list about all the events that are going on in the city related to people's causes or progressive causes. And they were in there, and I thought, well, I just moved up here, I don't know anybody, so maybe I'll check them out and ask if I can take photographs and donate them or whatever. I guess I was bored and lonely, to tell you the truth. And,
but you're still passionate about it, right?
I get more passionate because then I go out to this event and they've got 300 young people, and they're teaching them messages about how they can respect themselves, and they're highly organized, and they have an amazing leader who was just nominated in the Chicago Sun-Times this Sunday as one of the 10 most influential people who are making Chicago a better place to live. This is right here in this neighborhood.
Her name is Daphne.
Her name is Daphne Renee. She would be here tonight, but she is leading the Haitian American community television program on CAN TV, so I don't know if she's translating things from French to English or what, but she's active in about everything. But she's their president. And she got some of the younger members of this team, some of the next generation of leaders, and these girls are leaders. They're the most dynamic people I've ever met. I work with adults. A lot of adults don't have their stuff together. These teenagers, and everybody likes to diss on teenagers and say that kids today, you know what? That's not true one bit. If you start looking for the people who are doing the real stuff, you will find them. And there's a lot of it right here, and I bet you there's a lot of it in every neighborhood in the city.
Yeah, totally. So the weird story is that I was searching the entire neighborhood for a dance team, dying for a dance team, and I met all these kids that danced, and none of the kids came back. Like, there was supposed to be this big dance team actually last week, and then this girl came back, Mahogany, and she organized this dance team. Oh, I guess it's working now. And the weird thing was that she also is in YWAT, so that's really great, and all the other dancers are in YWAT. So Sam, right now, is going to, oh, Jessica, can you play keyboards in between so it's smooth, somewhat, right? Like a talk show? Okay, so as they come up. So I'd like to introduce Vanish, Yasmin, Bakira, and Mahogany. Can you guys come up? They're going to talk to you a little bit about what it is, and then they're going to do a dance routine. Okay.
Why don't you, first of all, thanks for coming out. Ladies, young ladies, again, this is some of the most amazing people in this neighborhood. They're doing work that is putting a lot of apathetic adults to shame, so this is really cool that you came out. Why don't you introduce yourselves and say a little bit, what's your favorite color?
Okay, well, my name is Jasmine Murphy, and my favorite color is baby blue.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Mahogany Valia Murphy, and my favorite color is pink, baby blue, white. I got a lot of them, but I just want to know.
It's a regular rainbow coalition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Vanish Hyman, and my favorite color is black.
Hello, my name is Bakira, and my favorite color is pink.
You can tell these are professionals because they know how to use a microphone. So Let's just talk a little bit about the group and all the stuff that's going on in the neighborhood. You know, when I met YWAT, I met Daphne first, and she's a great leader and a great organizer, and she's kept this thing going. And I guess I'll say a little history, then I'll start talking. Rogers Park Young Women's Action Team was formed in 2003 by 12 young women between the ages of 12 and 19, and what they were sick of was harassment on the street and violence against women. So if any of you have been up here a while or been in the city a while, I'm sure you've heard situations where you'll see guys, young guys, older guys, just saying some really horrible things, and you've all seen this, and it makes everybody uncomfortable. So instead of waiting for the mayor to come out and do something, or the alderman, these teenagers said, we're going to do something about it. And what they did, they took the direct action route, which is getting out in the streets and protesting, but they took another route, which amazes me as a college teacher, is they realized that research, doing research studies and surveys is the way to really start finding out what the problem is and changing it. You don't think hanging out in the library is going to change anything, but the work they've done is being cited in academic sources. They've been accoladed by the mayor and the aldermen and all kinds of organizations. So, you know, take this as your model out here, because I certainly do. So how did you get involved? How did you find out about the Rogers Park Young Women's Action Team? You could just pass it around and maybe each say a little something.
Well, I know I got involved because, like, my school, they posted up, like, these flyers saying, like, to join this summer camp. And then, like, after the summer camp, they gave us an opportunity to join YWAT.
Okay. Mahogany?
Well, yeah, that's true. They did post up for us to come outside, and we came out, and then they gave us like papers, and then that's how we first went to GLC, and then it turns to Young Women's Action Team.
How many girls were at that camp? Do you remember?
Like 20 something.
20, and there's.
Like, I don't know. I didn't count all the girls.
Didn't bother with that, but only a few of them joined the team.
Yeah.
So how do you get in the team?
Like they didn't pick up. They interviewed us, and we gave like the right questions and stuff like that. So they just like called us back and said, "Oh, we in the team."
What, do you remember what kind of questions they asked you? No. You do?
My sister.
Your sister remembers.
Like, do we get along with girls? What do we want to change in our community and stuff like that?
Do you remember what you said about what you wanted to change in the community?
Yeah, I said like violence and like drug dealers on our street and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you go through this interview and you get in. What happened after that? What kind of stuff did you start doing to learn about what the group is about and become an active member?
Well, actually, I got introduced by her.
Okay.
I came in later after. And they asked us a lot of questions about how we deal with girls and violence. And we try to like talk it out and doing all these projects and activities. And we have speak outs that we make, and people come out and we just talk to them. We read poetry to inspire people, and we just do a lot of stuff to change it.
Do you remember what you said about wanting to change in the community?
Yes, I talked about harassment too, because I don't like when guys come up to me and like they call me out of my name and all that and touch me, so I don't like it.
Yeah. You've held some really cool stuff, and I've been photographing them, so I get to go to these things as well. And you've done so much stuff. I know you did a day spa for young women. This was when school was starting a year ago. So could you tell us a little bit about why you did that and what your responsibilities were?
Okay. We had went to like, cause Daphne, what's her name?
Daphne Renee.
Yeah, she called us up and she was like,